A short moment later, the Anbu motioned for Keijuo to follow them and they started returning back to the camp. Another 15 minutes later, which for Keijuo was hell. He could barely keep up with the Anbu even when he ran as fast as he could. His physical stats were much lower than those of the Anbu and it clearly showed. What the fuck was this kid doing? You live in a world where death is your next door neighbor and you just live carefree. Keijuo thought to himself as he followed the group. Finally seeing the entrance of the camp, Keizu felt a sense of relief pour over him as he passed by the gates and into the camp. He didn't have time to stop or take a breath, however, as he had to go directly to the commander's camp together with the Anbu team to report the end of the short mission. Arriving at the tent, the guard didn't stop him this time, seeing that he was together with a team of Anbu, and he merely gave the group a nod. Usually, he wouldn't even see them, however since Keijuo was with them, they had slowed down their speed by several stages. Once inside the commander's tent, Keijuo saw the commander Shikarunara once more. Keijuo stood at the back of the group as the team leader of the Anbu. The man with the hawk mask went ahead of the group and started explaining. The information was true. There was a Cloud Genin team together with their Jonin sensei lying in ambush at the spot where Genin Keijuo mentioned they were. We quickly dispatched the group, only leaving one Genin alive before interrogating him quickly. However, we didn't delve too deeply into his mind and quickly dispatched him as well before returning. The Anbu captain said before placing a scroll on the wooden table. The bodies are in the scroll for the Yamanakar at the camp to investigate further and see if they can find anything further, though it is doubtful. The man said before taking a step back and awaiting the commander's words. Good job, you can go back to your post, Shikaru said, dismissing the Anbu before turning to look at Keijuo and giving him a nod. What you did today was of great help to us. You will be rewarded with a C-rank mission reward. You can take the resources after the war is over, or if you go back to the village at the funds administration office inside the Hokage Tower, Shikaru said, clearly dismissing Keijuo. Keijuo nodded his head, and quickly turned around, heading back to his tent. Meanwhile, as soon as Keijuo went away, Shikaru made a hand motion and the Anbu captain appeared once more. Did you find anything suspicious? No sir, he displayed normal behavior so nothing could be discerned. If you want we can send a Yamanakar to delve into his mind and investigate further. The Anbu captain said in a formal tone as he addressed his commander. Shikaru seemed to think for a moment before shaking his head. No, leave it for now. What information did you gain from your investigation? We managed to gather information about a full brunt ambush on the camp. It's planned to happen today during sunset. There will be around 200 Cloud Ninjas coming to the ambush. We don't have any information on how many Jonin or Chunin will take part. The Anbu captain said, his voice clearly deeper, saying what could possibly be the cause of the entire camp's eradication. Shikaru lifted his hand and rubbed his temple. What a drag. For a few moments, silence remained before Shikaru lifted his head once more. Gather all the Anbu troops that are available and also inform all the team captains. Tell everyone in the camp to be combat ready and to be on guard and available to enter combat at any second. Next, you and 3 other Anbu teams will use Earth Jutsu and hide underground and hide yourself. When the enemy attacks, wait for them to fully enter the camp before attacking their backs. This will make it so that they are the ones surrounded and not us. There's nothing else we can do on such short notice. Shikaru said as he released a sigh. Yes sir. The Anbu captain said before he quickly shunshined out of the tent. On the other side of the camp, Keijuo had entered the training area of the camp. Deciding that it was more worth training than simply waiting for the inevitable ambush. Keijuo didn't start trying to learn the water bullet jutsu however. Trying to do that right now is simply a waste of chakra. I need that if I want to survive the ambush. If everything I did today still fails and I die, then I should start concentrating on increasing my strength and proficiency of the jutsu every turn until I grow strong enough, but let's hope that it doesn't have to come to that, Keijuo thought before starting to make hand signs. However, he didn't put any chakra in the motions, simply practicing the hand signs and trying to increase his familiarity with them. He could do everything that the old owner of this body could, however there was still a small time frame as his body executed the moves, and Keijuo hoped to remove that as well as grow more familiar with the new body he was in. At first, he started with hand signs and then with Taijutsu, Shuriken Jutsu, and lastly, he did some stretches so that he was in top condition for when the ambush would start. And it was going to be any time now. As he had taken a few hours practicing everything and the sun had already started to set. Looking at his ninja bag which he had tied to his waist, Keijuo thought. 5 kunai, 10 shuriken, 3 explosion tag kunai, and 5 explosion tags. I also have 2 soldier pills that I could use to regenerate my chakra in the middle of combat. Overall it's not bad, however I'll have to be careful of when I use them with my limited supply. At this moment, as those thoughts occurred in Keijuo's mind, an explosion erupted on the other side of the camp. It started. Here's another extra chapter for the day. Thanks for reading. 3. Lots of love. Naruto author.